Let's go back to the stage discussing about part 2. Select the image, convert into a symbol. We just need to name it as in screen 2. Started working with that screen 2 in this part. Click OK. Now let's get inside the symbol, and we just need to import the required stuff from the Illustrator to Flash. Let us name this layer as in background and log the layer. Let's create a new layer, and we will just go back to the Illustrator and let us copy the timer graphic, and then we'll go back to the Flash again to paste it this. Select the new layer and just go to edit, paste. We'll be able to see that pasted object here. Let us position it as a background. Better always applying the titles to the layer so that it is easy for us to find out that layer content. Let's go back to the Illustrator again. Select the other stuff, which is supposed to be a clue button. Let's select all, copy the content, again back to Flash. Let us paste it in the new layer. We could see that all the three objects pasted here. Let us convert this into a symbol again. And we just need to set the compression settings to make it smoother on the library. Better always save the file. And let us create a new layer, and we will import now the clue image. Let us go to that file, import to stage. Choose the image the image which you want to import and click open. Now we could see that imported graphic here, and let's convert this into a symbol. Make sure the type of the symbol is supposed to be MovieClip, and let us name it as clue image. Click OK. And now we are supposed to apply instance name, and the instance name is clue image MC. This is the instance name which is going to help us to communicate with this in future. Let's name the layer. Now let us lock it. Again, going back to that Illustrator, select the frame, copy it. As usual, let us go back to the Flash to paste it. Let's create a new layer and paste it here. We just need to align it to the center, and we need to adjust that layer's position also. By changing that layer's take order, possible for us to get that order of the objects on the stage. Let's convert this into a symbol and go back to the properties, select alpha, and just let us change the alpha to 75. Somewhere around that 75 or 65. Let us save the file. We just need to convert this entire clue graphic into a button. Select all and convert into a button. Convert to symbol. Make sure the type must be button, and just let us name it as in clue button. Click OK. Apply the instance name very next, which is supposed to be clue btn. and let's remove the empty layers. Now let's create a new layer to take all the puzzle images. Let's go back to that Illustrator, select all the puzzle images and copy, and let's paste them here inside screen 2 symbol. Click OK to import them, and we could see that each image part in different layers. Let us cut them and paste it in single layer. Now we just need to remove all the empty layers from the timeline. Let us position that all the images. Now we need to adjust that order of the layer in the timeline, and let us change the layer name. Need to adjust it exactly to fit in that white color frame. We just need to copy all the image pieces. Let's convert each piece into a symbol. Select first piece and make sure that symbol type is MovieClip. And we need to continue the same process, selecting each image and converting into a symbol. Then only it is possible for us to drag and drop these movie clips, and we can apply instance name to communicate with them. So I'm just repeating the same process, selecting each bitmap image and just converting them into symbol. Select image, right click, convert to symbol, and just click OK, going with the same name which is default. Select the image, convert to symbol, click OK. Alright, all the images are converted into symbols now. We have total 12 symbols with us, and now we just need to select each symbol, and we need to go to the properties, and we are supposed to apply instance name to that each symbol. Make sure that you are not supposed to duplicate the instance name. Instance names are not supposed to be repeated, and we are supposed to have that unique instance name to each symbol. And instance name should contain alphabets, alphanumerals, but it should not start with number. Number can be part of instance name, but number should not be a starting letter of the instance name. We could see that error there because of that number. Let us apply instance name to that all the symbols. I've started with the A1 and last instance name is that A12. Let us save the file and now select all the symbols, copy, and we just need to create one more layer to paste this as another set. Let's go back to that edit and paste in place. Now we have two sets on the stage. One set as in target and another set as in source. I'm just changing the order of each symbol and trying to keep all the symbols on the left side of the box so that user can drag and drop onto the correct place. Let us place all the symbols here. Cool. Let us name the layer so that easy for us to understand which is what type of set. Now we just need to change the instance names of the targets. We have named them as an A1 to A12. Now let us modify the target object names as in A1 target, A2 target till A12 target. I am just selecting that one after the other symbol from the target set, and I am just renaming them as an A1 target, A2 target, A3 target till that we are supposed to continue this process till last symbol, which is A12 target. As usual, that we are supposed to update the instance name from the property panel. Select the symbol and let's go to the properties panel. We find that instance name on the properties panel, very first property of the symbol. We just need to update it. Last MovieClip's name is A12 target. We are done. And it is always better to change the alpha of the target set. I just choose all the symbols. Now I'm just trying to decrease the alpha of each symbol from the property panel, and I just took it as in 15 alpha so that user can have a basic clue to place the source images to get the final image. Now we need to save it and let us test it. Help is working and click on start. We could see that start a game screen, and we have both the sets there as we arrange them. Let us find the instance name of the clue image, and then we need to hide it by default. So to hide the clue image from screen number 2, that we are supposed to create object class from screen 2. Let us go back to the library, select the symbol, and then right click, and from properties we just need to say that export for ActionScript so that we could see a new ActionScript file. We just need to save this file as in same ActionScript, screen2.as, and then we need to write the statement to hide the clue image inside that public function, which is by default clue image mc.visible is equals to false, so that the moment when I move onto the screen 2, we don't see that clue image. Look, there's a preview. Now we don't see the clue image by default. Let's go back to the screen 2 object class, and we just need to add an event listener to the button clue to show the clue image when I click on the clue button. Let's find out the instance name of the button, and from screen 2 object class we just need to add event listener to the button Event must be click. And let's define the function name as clue puzzle. We just need to define the private function for that my clue puzzle. Private function, function name clue puzzle. Inside this function, we just need to make the clue image visible. That's all. Clue image MC dot visible equal to true. Visible property is Boolean property. There are only two possible values for it now, true and false. Let's save the file and test it. Let's get into the second screen by clicking on Start. Now, if you click on Clue button, that we can see the image. Clue image is appeared. But we need to have close button for clue. Let's go to the clue symbol, get inside the clue symbol, and we just need to import a small icon which is supposed to be close button. Let's place it there somewhere. And we just need to convert this image into a symbol again. Convert to symbol, and let's choose the symbol type as a button. Click OK. As usual, let's apply the instance name. Let's say that close BTL. Instance name is close clue BTN. Let's save the file. Go back to that object class, screen 2, and let us add one more event listener to this button, which is close clue BTN from clue image MC. Clue image MC dot close clue BTN dot add event listener and click event as well. Now we need to assign another function to this now. Let us define the function name as close clue image. And we need to define a private function for this event listener as close clue image. Private function. And the function name is close clue image. Inside this function, we just need to hide the image. Clue image MC dot visible equal to false. Save and test it now. We are in second screen, and let's click on the clue button. Now we can see the clue image and close button. Click on close button to close it. Wow, it's working. Now, we need to declare two variables to store the initial positions of each puzzle piece. My variable names are xpose and ypose. These are the variables which are going to remember the initial position of each symbol so that we can get them back if user places the image on the wrong target. So I've declared two variables inside the class, expose and ypose. Now we just need to define a custom function to add event listeners to that all the symbols, because we need to apply start drag and stop drag in two different events for each symbol. Instead of applying the two event listeners to that each symbol manually, let us define a function, and we can just use array to apply events to that all the symbols. My custom function name is add events, and inside it we just need to define that object names A1 to A12 just by separating with comma, and let us define this function as private function outside of the public function. Private function, and my function name is add events. We just need to pass all the object names as an array within this function, and we can read each object name from this function and we can add it. And we can add event listeners to that each button. As we discussed that my function name is add events and the array name is objects. Inside the function that we are supposed to use for loop to repeat that same statement to that all the objects, and my loop is going to be repeated for 12 times. I'm just taking that length as the condition, I is less than objects.length, so that this loop will work for number of objects which are there in the function. Objects.length will help you to find the count of the objects, and inside the loop objects of I dot add event listener, and first event is that mouse down and the first function is that start move. Let's define the another event for each object. Second event of the object, objects I add event listener, and event must be mouse up, and a function must be stop move. These two functions and two events will be applied to that each symbol or each object which is part of that add events function. Let us define the two functions, start move and stop move. Private function start move, event is mouse event, and inside the function, in the place of object name, that I can say e.target, that start drag. E.target will help us to find out the object, and we need not to specify the name of the object there when we talk about e.target. And along with the start drag in start move, we just need to initialize that x and y position of each object also. Hope you remember that we were declared two variables on the top. The same two variables we will initialize them here. Expose equal to e.target x, ypose equal to e.target y. These will assign initial positions of the object to variables, and let's assign that start drag method also. So object starts moving when we hold the object and to move. And let us define the another function stop move, private function stop move, and here in this function we are just going to check the condition whether the user is dropping the current object on the correct target or not. With the help of that hitTestObject we can do this. Let us write the simple if condition inside that stop move. If e.target.hitTestObject, and we just need to define the target object name. We can find the target object name just by using getChild by name. Let us say that getChild by name e.target name, and we just need to add the string of target to get that complete name of the target object. This is how that it is possible for us to find the target name of each current object. So inside the condition, if condition is true, that we just need to update the x and y position of current object to the target object x and y position. So that can be done like this: e.target.x equal to same getChild by name e.target.name plus target.x. We just need to repeat the same statement to update the y position of the current object. Let's copy the statement. Let's paste it again. We just need to change the properties x to y, same x to y on the right side even. And we just need to apply the stop drag as well. Out of the condition, let us say that e.target.stop drag. Save and test the movie. Let's go to the next screen by clicking on start button. Now we can try dragging that MovieClip and dropping on the right choice. Look at this. Oh my god, it is. And we'll be able to place the object on the right place. If you try to keep on the right place, it will be adjusted automatically to the correct target. Look at that, it is aligning it to the target x and y position. Now we could see all are aligned properly, but still once the match is done, I'll be able to move them back. Let us define else also here in this if condition. If user is not dropping on the correct object, should go back to that same place, which is initial place. Let us change the x and y of the object to x pose and y pose variables. We have already stored the initial positions of each object in these two variables, and let us assign them back to the object x and y positions. Save the file and test it now. I'm just writing a comment on it so that easy for the user to remember. And of course, we just need to add set child index to bring the selected object onto the top of all other objects. Because without changing the stake order of the symbol, not possible for the user to move properly. We just need to use that set child index to change the stake order of the symbol. Save it and test it now. Get into the second screen. Look at that. The moment when you click on the back symbol, it is coming top of all the other symbols. And I'll be able to place them on the correct target. If not, it is going back to that same position. Hope you see that there. If user places the object on the right target, it will be aligned to it. Otherwise, it goes back to that previous position. This is how it works. And let's create a new layer now, and let us name it as a timer. Because I just want to show the timer on the screen, and it is not supposed to be countdown, and I will just count the time so that we can display final duration, how much the user is going to take the time to solve this puzzle. I'm just taking that one dynamic text field and we must do that all the font settings, including size, color and font. All type of adjustments, including alignment, letter spacing. So small adjustments inside the dynamic text to match with the graphic which I designed for timer. Just taking time to adjust it. And of course, we need to apply the instance name to the dynamic text field. Here I'm taking it as a timer txt, and we need to embed the font. Let's click OK. Let's save the file. And now we must go to object class to define the timer. Let us define a new timer object where my timer, and let's define the class as timer equal to new timer. We want the delay is supposed to be the 1000 milliseconds, which is equals to 1 second. And I'm not going to specify the repeat count so that it will give us that continuous execution. Let us define that one variable to increase the value or to count the number of seconds from the timer. And we just need to add the event listener to the timer object, my timer.add event listener, and event must be that timer event, and we just need to include that I incrementation inside this timer function. And my timer function name is update timer, Let us define this update timer as a private function out of the public function. And of course, after the event, that better to specify that the start method, which is supposed to be my timer.start, because we may forget later. Better to define now itself. And let us define the function name update timer as a private function. And event is timer event. Let us define that I incrementation inside this function, which is I plus plus. Now, we just need to declare that couple of variables to count or to change this total number of seconds into that seconds and minutes. My timer object will help me to count only the number of seconds. And we just need to convert this total number of seconds into seconds and minutes format. To do this, we just need to declare that three variables inside this function. And first variable is total seconds, which is supposed to be I. I just assigned that I to total seconds. And the second variable is minutes. I just need to divide total seconds by with 60 so that I can get number of minutes. So the minutes will get updated in minutes format itself. And the next variable, we just need to take that only the seconds. It is not supposed to be a number of total number of seconds. It is supposed to get restarted after 59, 0 to 59, 0 to 59. It is possible just by using that modular function. Let us take the total seconds and use that modular with 60 so that it is possible for us to get that count of the seconds from 0 to 59. And let us assign all the two variable values to the dynamic text field to display it as an output. Let's say timer.txt that text equal to minutes plus seconds, and let's add a colon in between. Save the file and test it now. It keeps updating the timer on the screen seconds, and once the seconds are 59, minutes will be updated. Look at that. We could see that number of seconds are updating and number of minutes are 0. Now, we just need to change the format. Minutes and seconds by default that it is showing you in single digit. We just need to change it to double digit MMSS format. To do that, we just need to convert this minutes into string. And let's count the number of characters inside and then we can add 0 to it. Minutes.length is less than 2. Let's add 0 to minutes. Or else we will display that minutes as it is. And let's apply the same formula to that seconds also. String of seconds. That length is less than 2. Let's add 0 to seconds. Else we will display seconds as it is. Let's save the file and test it now. It is supposed to display 0000 format, which is supposed to be SS. Right, that we can see here 0000 formats. since that is not fitting in properly, let's take the two dynamic text fields, one to update the seconds, one to update the minutes, because the adjustment of the numbers are not proper and they're not fitting in my graphic design. Let's take them separate, and we are going to have the two dynamic text fields, one for seconds and one for minutes. Look at that. I'm just duplicating that same dynamic text field and just change the instance name of it as min.txt. And we will just display that minutes in min.txt, seconds in timer.txt. Let's go back to the code. And we just need to assign minutes to the min.txt, seconds to the timer.txt. Let's save and then test the file. Get into the second screen and we could see much better comparatively. The display of the time format is good now. Let us just test it after the adjustment once again. Yes, as I told you that it is much better. Now we just need to count the number of correct matches. We are able to match the images based on the hitTestObject condition. But we just need to close the game once all the matches are done. It is possible when we count the success matches. So for this, let's create another screen, because once the game is over, it's supposed to move on to that screen 3 to display that total duration of the game and normal display of the text as in game over. So we are going back to that main stage, created another keyframe on the 45th frame, and we are supposed to go back to that illustrator and let's copy the background or the screen 3 and paste it back in Flash. So it is pasted in new layer, and let's move on to the existing layer, cut and paste it in our existing layer, and we can delete that empty layer. Now we could see that image on the 30th frame, and select the image and convert into a symbol and let us name it as on screen 3. And get inside the symbol, and we just need to create a new layer to place other stuff. Let's copy the frame and overlay image and the text which we require for game over. Come back to Flash, paste them here. Right, cool. We can see that all the stuff here, and we just need to convert them into symbols to decrease the alpha because they are very too dark, that we can control the visibility with the help of alpha, and possible when you convert them into symbol. Let's convert the graphics which you want to convert them into symbol to control the alpha. We can see that black overlay and white frame. We just need to take that original image, or we can say final image. We can copy the final image, paste it back in Flash. Alright, we're almost done. We just need to adjust this image here. And let's make the overlay visible so that we can see the image bit dull. And top of that image we could see that clear text. Now let us go back to that object class. As we discussed just now, we just need a variable to count the number of correct matches. Then it is possible for us to close the game or to move on to this screen frame. Let us declare that variable as in count. The initial variable value is 0, and we just need to keep increasing this count value whenever my match will be success. Let us go back to that SubMove function, and inside that success condition we just need to say that count plus plus. Along with this count plus plus, that we need to write the if condition also to check with the number of correct matches. If count is double equal to 12, comparison. Count is double equal to 12. As usual, just we need to move on to the next keyframe with the help of that label name, MovieClip of stage. Oh, sorry, this is MovieClip of get child at 0, which will I'm right. MovieClip of stage dot get child at 0, that go to and stop. And we just need to define the label name as a parameter for go to and stop method. Save it. And go back and test it now. Timer is working. It is updating the timer. Let us drag and drop the source pieces under the target. Nice. They're matching perfect. Oh. Alright, let's place the symbols in correct place. Once it is done that it is supposed to move on to the next screen. Let's see now. Wow. It is moving on to the next screen and showing it as in game over. But it is missing the total duration of the game. As in when it moves onto the screen 3, it is supposed to show the message and total duration where user has to take in, where user taken to complete this game as well. So to do that, let us declare one static variable, and we can assign this duration to that variable, and we can display that in the last script. Let's declare one static variable, public static variable name is duration, and let us say that duration is equals to minutes plus seconds. Save. But we just need to have one text object inside that screen 3. Let's create that class, object class for screen 3 also, just by going to library. Let us save this ActionScript file as a screen 3, because we need to bring back the variable which is in screen 2 to screen 3. And let's go back to that screen 3. And inside this screen 3 that we need to have that one text field as I told you. Change the dynamic field settings and create a text field on the screen. And let us apply instance name to the object as duration txt. Now we just need to go back to third screen object class, and we just need to write a statement to update this dynamic text field. Duration txt.text equal to, and the other class name dot variable name. Oh, the variable name we have it as a keyword. Better let us change the variable name from screen to duration is a keyword, not to use that keyword as a variable name. Let us rename this variable as in total duration, so that we will not be having any confusion. Let us update the same from the update timer function and then screen 3 as well. Let's save and test it now. We just need to move to screen 2, and as usual timer is started and clue image is working, and we just need to drag and drop the symbols under the correct targets. The moment when you leave the object on the right target, it will be aligned to the target object. Alright, I'm doing well. Cool. The moment when you go with that last image match, it moves under the screen 3, and then I could see total duration there on the screen 3. And now we just need to delete the event listeners once the condition is true, because there's a chance to get more number of counts more number of counts from the same match. If I keep clicking on the correct answer continuously, it keeps increasing the count number. So that it is better always, once match is done, we are supposed to remove both the event listeners from the current object. That is what I'm doing here inside that success condition. target that remove event listener is the keyword that which will break the bond between event and the object. Same mouse down comma function name SubMove, and vice versa. Next statement for mouse up. And the function name is SubMove. Let's save it. Let us see the trace count now. Let us trace the count so that it gives you that only one number, though you click multiple times on the match. Cool, that I can see that only the one number there. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. Cool. I could see the total duration of 35 seconds and then count is not getting repeated. Here is the complete game. Thank you for watching and have a great day.